Okay, now sliding scale, let's see, Funky Kong I think is more on the funky side than the Kong side.
Yeah, Candy Kong is neither thing.
No, she's definitely more candy.
Yeah, she's more
Kong.
candy, Matt. Come on.
You know better than anyone, Matt.
Yes, you particularly. There is no other person who enjoys images of monkey ladies in the world.
No, I'm not just saying you're more aware. I don't saying you enjoy it. I'm just saying you're more aware of it. It's more adjacent into your hobbies. Just like how fucking being not like if you ask me something about Doug, well,
The slider of Candy and Doug. Dougie
No, slider
Kong
of
is
Patty
the,
and
is the
mayonnaise.
hardest.
do not ask me who my Doug Sona is, okay?
Are we going off of Vanilla Doug or the Doug Pantheon?
Doug Pantheon. Fucking. Because it's gonna be in some shit in Hey Arnold, because that was actually a good show.
Are we trying to fish up the king again?
Hail to the king,
No,
baby.
you can get micro versions of the king if you fish with the apples in this lake.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Yeah, like the regular, what his type of species is.
Hopefully
the
less
king
sentient
never
when we
shows
roast
up
them
again.
alive and eat them.
Yeah, the king never shows up again. You can only get his scoop once when he's there. You think anyone was ever attracted to the king?
I mean, I know I was.
That's
Hail to the king, baby.
hail to the king, baby.
You ever think anyone was ever sexually attracted to Duke Nukem?
Unfortunately, yes, and I hate that fact.
Look, I'm just gonna say, if you ask if has anybody ever been sexually attracted to X, the answer is yes.
Unless
The
it's a
answer is
picture you
always
just
yes.
drew yourself right this instant and have not shared to anyone else, and yourself are not attracted
You think
to it.
anyone's sexually attracted to my Doug Sona?
Probably.
Look,
Like,
I'm just gonna say, Martin Sargent, back when Tech TV was still around, Martin Sargent had an interview with a guy whose sexual fetish was taking an Icelandic pop singer and wrapping him in shrink wrap.
And that person was Hideo Kojima.
And now you know the rest of the story.
that's
I'm
what.
Paul Harvey.
That's the
I
part
think
This is my
that
voice
I
now.
mostly said Kojima because that one time when he was pretending to be an Icelandic guy.
This is particularly important because this is the missing bit of Metal Gear Solid 2.
No, 5 had the missing bits. 2 was a complete project.
Oh
Other
no,
than-
2 actually had quite a few missing bits.
Okay, yeah, they couldn't show Arsenal Gear wrecking the hell out of New York because 9/11 had
Well,
just
no, there's
happened.
a lot more things than that. Like, they were actually cut for time on the new release for being on a PS2. They were rushed out to be one of the early games.
And also, they really wanted to make sure those Raiden penis physics were accurate.
Well, so there was a lot of things that they ended up cutting out, including entire boss fights that they still had concept art for. There was a ton of cutscenes, and that's why there's so many codec calls. There's a lot of things that were missing out of that game. Like,
Honestly, that's one thing I didn't realize until watching a playthrough of it recently, is how weirdly Metal Gear Solid 2 is paced. Where like the first one was sneaking section, boss fight, and kind of repeat that throughout the entire game. 2 is like sneaking section, fake boss fight, and then it's like a lot of sneaking, real boss fight, a lot more sneaking, 7 boss fights in a row.
Yeah,
To
there's
be
a lot
fair,
of
like 5 of
weird
those
issues
are
with it.
the same Metal Gear Ray boss fight you're fighting at the same time.
And also 2 of them are vamp.
And then there's that section where you and Snake are just shooting up a bunch of dudes. Fuck stealth. By the way, game over. Psych.
Well, if you're doing it right, then you're using the HF blade.
Okay, yeah, but Snake's still shooting a bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
He's got unlimited ammo.
who's Snake? I only know Pliskin.
Okay, he's Snake by that point, Max.
You're
Look,
a Quap Pliska.
I don't understand what you're talking about. Clearly, by that point, we're Snake. We went through the simulation. We are now the new Snake.
Turns out,
We
no,
went through the selection for societal scene.
It turns out, I guess they fucked up because he became the new Frank Yeager.
So are we catching all these Prisklines?
Oh yeah, I think we're getting that for the guy. The guy who's in our way. I'm trying to get a specific type of fish at a specific type of size that I can catch
Tiny
here.
sea fish. Kind of cute, actually. That's adorable. Let's put it on a hook and murder it so we can capture another fish with its corpse. Science.
Yeah, you know, science. Just attract a fish with this kind of
that
cute
on an
fish.
earlier thing, rules of nature.
The cuter it is, the more likely something wants to horribly murder it. Science.
Yeah. Haven't you played Pokemon?
So, other games led me to believe the cuter you are, the less likely things are going to hurt you.
You know, you'd think that, but you know, here we are. Science.
Science has no place in RPGs.
Excuse me, how else do we get a sick mecha to ride?
That is steampunk and that is not science.
What is it then?
I think Max is powered by like orc tech.
Oh, he
Like-
just believes things work hard enough. So wait,
Yeah, look,
but
he makes stuff out of photos and barrels.
rub some fish on his wrench and it turns into a tri-drill wrench.
Yeah.
To be fair, fucking orcs would make a tri-drill wrench.
It's probably true. But follow-up question then, like how did Cedric operate the robot mecha, excuse me, on the way here rather than Max
Well,
then?
spoiler: Cedric is actually Max's secret dad,
Oh, of course. It all makes sense
and the
now.
psychic powers are genetic.
His secret dad, making him Max Cedric's, as known as bastard.
His secret dad, aka known as M.
Fucking, let's not go to 3D Emprey Dolphin Emprey Cove here.
What?
My favorite game, Death Stranding 2. It's strange that they're making the prequel to this game on the current gen consoles. What you gonna do?
You're making a prequel. It starts Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, more Norman Reedus than Norman Reedus. Really just makes you think, huh?
What's your favorite type of fish?
Real types of fish?
Yeah, let's go real, because I could name several fictional fish.
Are we talking aesthetic or like to eat?
Aesthetically.
Also, are shellfish removed from the equation?
I think so. I think we need swimming fish.
Depends on the shellfish.
Because if we allow shellfish in, then I'd say the mantis shrimp.
That's too insecty. More fishy.
So,
like,
but are we considering like octopi and things fish for this equation?
Yes, octopus is a fish. It is smart fish.
What about that thing? What about that thing that looks like a million feathers attached to a hell ball?
Yeah, that's a fish.
The hell sphere.
Sponges, though, sea cucumbers do not count as fish.
Including the one that's like the blue dragon looking one though?
Yeah, is it a sea cucumber?
It is technically a sea slug. Similar to a sea cucumber.
It's sea slugs, owl owl.
Alright, I'm not sure. There's a lot of good fish out there. Lionfish are pretty high up there for me.
No, lionfish are an invasive fucker species.
I'm not saying I like what they do. I'm just saying they're cool animals.
I don't respect their ideals. I just like their aesthetic.
Well, I mean, also they apparently taste good, which is why you should hunt them down if you ever see them in the Atlantic, because they're invasive fuckers and you are paid to kill them.
Though also at the same time, like lionfish are incredibly poisonous, so it's kind of risky.
Well, no, you just gotta cut off the spines. Wear
Yeah,
gloves.
but if you accidentally do it, like it's pretty bad.
Just
Get
spearfish it.
a licensed fish butcher.
I mean, it's not like fugu fish sort of territory, but
No, you got, all their poison is in their spine. The meat is fine. Just gotta cut off all those spines and not get yourself stuck.
Also, how else do you show off your Bushido spirit but to eat poison fish?
That's a different type of poison fish.
Yeah. Fun fact, the Emperor of Japan is not allowed to eat fugu.
Yeah, because he might die.
Yes,
Turns out,
Also,
poisonous fish are dangerous? Question mark?
Well, I mean, the preparation, you have to be a very good chef to be allowed to prepare fugu. Though I think they're trying to breed ones that are less poisonous.
That's kind of interesting, because a lot of the point of eating fugu is, one, to say that you ate a poisonous fish and didn't die, and the other one is that the poison has, like, a alcohol type of sensation.
I think it also causes hallucinations, apparently.
Well, it's cyanide,
poison,
basically, isn't it?
I don't think it's cyanide per se, but it is a poison.
It's some type of neurotoxin.
Yes, it is.
Like...
I mean, it's the same reason why, you know, shrooms work, is because you're poisoning yourself.
Well, to be fair, air is poisoning you. Everything's poison, man.
Well, I mean, poison, like, most of the common poisons are just particles that bind really well to things in your body that you need to process stuff.
Everything in moderation, I say, as I step into a vacuum to suck all the air out of my lungs.
Like, that's one of the things about, like, carbon monoxide, is that it gets a better bond to your hemoglobin than air does. And so even once you're removed from a carbon monoxide environment, you'll just slowly suffocate if you got too much of it. I'm gonna cook them up and eat them. Just gonna throw them. Just throw them on the ground.
I don't want that. Well, the Priscaline are too precious to kill. I think was my rationale there.
You say as moles come across the side and swallow them whole.
I'm throwing them back in the lake. What happens there is between them and the fish god.
The fish god who enslaves them to clean his body. Getting all the dirty bits. All of me is a dirty bit.
Listen, it is a fucking the symbiotic relationship.
Symbiotic relationship in the clean me or I eat you, a good relationship.
He's never threatened to eat them. Maybe
Not
there are
you.
a bunch of predators that are gonna eat them, and
Look, he didn't say it to your face.
He eats apples. We know this for a fact.
No, he likes apples.
That's all he eats.
He doesn't get it. We don't know what his daily diet
Look,
is.
You don't eat fucking fish with fucking teeth like that, okay?
I am
you need
certain.
like
I
fucking
have teeth like that. I can eat
I
fish.
That's not raw fish. You ever bite into a fish? You need like fucking jagged teeth, like a piranha. He's got like man teeth.
Or you'd need to be like 30 times the size of a fish and have strength to match.
Just
Then
swallow
why
them
would he
whole
need
after
the
crushing
teeth?
them once.
Those are apple-eating teeth, Matt.
They're not specifically apple-eating teeth either.
No.
Also, the mouth is so big, he should just swallow like 50 apples
like
at
a
once.
whale.
Listen, first off, let's not get into fucking... Well, first off, he does
So is
swallow
his
them because...
classification a fish or a leviathan?
Listen, and first of all, some do eat it. First of all, he's probably a mouth brooder, or at least some of them do enter his mouth, because they need to clean his teeth. That's how they're so white. It's not a vor.
I'm certain that, like, I'm pretty certain that if we had stepped into the water and weren't land-based creatures, instead of, like, making a deal with us, he probably would have tried to eat us. I'm betting it.
I said it wasn't a vor thing, Max.
I didn't say it was a sexual eating.
When he get... Look at... You remember what that guy looked like? How could that not... Being swallowed by him not be sexual?
Look, all I'm saying is not everything Fabio does is sexual. Like,
Also,
I'm just...
Charlie, are you saying you wanted to fuck that fish?
No!
I mean,
No!
Are you
Why
saying you wanted to
wouldn't
do
you?
butt stuff with that fish?
First of all...
who wouldn't want to do mouth stuff for that fish? By that I mean catch him on a hug. And then eating him myself, but not sexually, because I'm pretty sure he's delicious. Though I intended that sexually.
Okay, for a second I thought you caught a very tiny fish.
No, it was the fish yes, I did, in fact.
Well, since we expected to lose this fish and we got it back, didn't we essentially catch a fish? Makes you think, huh?
I'm glad that when the line breaks, you get your hook and your bobber and your lure back.
Yeah, that makes me really sad in Final Fantasy 15. I lost some really
do you
good
actually have
lures
to
that
buy
way.
new stuff when the line breaks?
Yeah, it'll take your lure, and you have to replace the line manually yourself, which isn't that big of a deal.
And then all
the
your
lure's
bros
the bigger
are,
one.
And then all your bros like fucking call you out on line break. Your fucking fishing party foul.
Yo, bro, you broke the line. I was gonna use that.
Hold the line. Love isn't always on time.
Max, I thought you didn't listen to Dad Rock.
There's a specific exception there for a few things that I do know about, like Toto.
Also remember that Max could fill in the gaps that I couldn't on Billy Joel, which is to say, most of Billy Joel.
Which is to say, I knew anything. Yeah, losing your bobbers in Final Fantasy 15 can suck if it's one of the rare ones. Like, there was a questline that gave me a Tonberry one, and it was just kind of gone forever.
Oh,
well,
man.
so is the fish.
The fish is less important than the bobber.
Yeah, but the fish is dead. Tonberry got him.
Yo, Tonberries in that game, they made them terrifying in an action game, and I love it. It's so good. Like, I was so confused about, like, how do you make a Tonberry scary in an action game? Because all their attacks would be so telegraphed to be able to dodge them easy. No, instead they made them incredibly slow until you get up to them, and then they just, like, fly into a flurry of knife.
Yeah, no, that's the thing in the other games. That Tonberry doesn't move, it just shadow steps.
Well, like, it does move. It just crawls incredibly slowly forward.
In Final Fantasy V, it didn't move because they didn't have the tech yet. It just disappears and reappears. And then in later games, Matt, it does, in fact,
they do, in fact,
waddle
walk.
to you.
See, yeah, but I
this
don't
is,
know.
like,
I like the
notable
Final
in,
Fantasy V
like,
interpretation better, where it doesn't move. It just like teleports slowly.
Well, like,
And
one of the ones here is in Final Fantasy X-2, actually, when the battle system kind of had people actually start running to where they were going to attack, right? And so, like, your characters had, like, held positions on the map that the enemies could move around, and it was kind of interesting how that worked for some effects. But, notably, Tonberries would just slowly walk, and, you know, you could attack around them, basically, until they got up to you.
Mm-hmm.
In this one, since it's an action game, you could technically just run away from a Tonberry, and it's actually pretty easy to run away from a Tonberry, if I'm being honest.
Sure.
But, if you want to fight a Tonberry, the thing is that they are just still tiny and very slow, and just no-sell everything you do to them. And then when you get within just about 5 feet of them, they become 90% knife.
Yeah,
and then just, like,
they
jump
they're
onto
both
your
sides.
face and shank you until you
Were
do
they
not
in,
have flesh
Final
left
Fantasy,
on your body.
Were Tonberries in Final Fantasy 12, and how did they work there? I know they were in
I didn't play 12. 12 was bad.
12 was good. Shut your fucking mouth.
12 was very bad.
12 was like one of the better ones. I will fight you.
Like, it was better than 13? That's most of what
Yeah,
I'll give
okay,
it.
yes, but 12 was good because it had a good plot. It had a good combat system.
Like, most people in the world would disagree with you.
Most people actually agree. People like 12. I don't know what fucking bubble you're fucking in.
I've read a lot of people who don't like 12, so...
I've read a lot of people who do like 12, so fuck you. I will fucking fight you. I will fight you for the honor of my fucking Shakespearean fucking Star Wars ass. I am Paterno. Here's Han Solo with Bunny Lady Chewbacca.
This conversation somehow went places fast, and I'm not really sure how that happened, but,
Like, Final Fantasy 12 was good. It is a good game for good people. Most of the Ivy games were good. Advance might have not been that great, in retrospect. But fucking Tactics, good game.
I'd also disagree on that one, but that one most people would agree with you on, so...
Yeah, I love Tactics.
I think Tactics has some real big issues that detract from it as like a good tactics game. It was really good at the time, but I think it's aged pretty poorly.
Once again, also story really pulls up for that game.
That one's actually kind of fair. It's got some pretty interesting stories.
And so was 12, had a good story.
Once again, most people would disagree with you, but I won't keep arguing.
No, most people just agree that Van was not the main character and it kind of was just there. Most people like the story of fucking 12. You just gotta get out of your fucking bubble. But Final Fantasy, all the Ivy, well, except for, once again, Advance kind of had a weak plot. I don't know about Advance 2 that much, but all the Ivy League games have a good plot because they fucking aren't completely, you know, anime bullshit all the time. They're like actually show restraint, which is kind of a rarity in fucking, you know. And then, though, they still have enough anime bullshit because it's fun fantasy. But yeah, sometimes you just want to have a story about, like, fucking a bunch of nobility fucking stuff up and war, and, oh, by the way, all the gods are bastards.
So why are we building so many fences around Furbit House?
Because we need to build a fence around Furbit House to get a thing in the future.
Okay.
Furbit House needs a fence, and then we need, like, to move the sword lady in here to get the good guns, and also a bunch of our people in here. By the way, I think I do a dungeon in this fucking video. That's as a heads up. Yeah, I don't remember. I think I cut off before I actually do another dungeon. Because something, you can't have a dungeon on every episode.
Yeah, no, you gotta split them out. Sometimes you just need like an hour of fishing.
To be fair, that area is like 5 hours of fishing you did not see. Alright, so what am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm trying to build a house on top of that porch. I don't think I even need the porch, I just want the porch for style bonus.
Bonus.
I think it does add, like, adds to the culture. Because, you know, people don't make culture, it's just the things around you.
And also yogurt.
What is the difference between yogurt and Go-Gurt, other than Go-Gurt you can have on the go? Is yogurt a brand name? Like Kleenex?
No, it's a thing.
Yeah,
no.
but I guess so is Kleenex, but that's a brand. As well as Band-Aid.
Yeah, but that's because Kleenex is a, you say that instead of facial tissue, like, no, yogurt is a thing.
I can't
yogurt
is a
no
brand.
Yogurt is no proper noun.
Jello is a brand.
Yeah, Jello is a brand of gelatin.
But you people just call any fucking gelatin Jello.
Yeah, because who the hell says gelatin?
People who are really big on a diet and don't want to admit that.
It's like one of these other things, like, you say thermos because it's faster than, like, thermal insulated mug with top.
Wait, is Thermos a brand, or is that just what...
Thermos is a brand. They made a lot of... They made that kind of mug, and they got really big for it.
Is... Cotton swabs, or is, like...
Wait, is what?
What's the other name for cotton swabs? I think one or the other is a brand.
Q-tip is
yeah, Q-tip. Yeah, it's a brand.
Fun fact, Q-tips were originally called baby gays. And also, all of them have... every single box of Q-tips tells you not to put them in your ears.
I do. Is that bad?
Like, everybody does, but you're not supposed to.
Why not?
A lot of reasons. Like, one of them is that putting a Q-tip in your ear actually pushes the earwax further in. Also, your body has a way to naturally remove earwax from your ear. Also, you could rupture your eardrum.
Well, I know that if you stick it in there too hard.
Also, in the case of Carrie Poppy of Ono, Ross, and Carrie, the cotton part of the Q-tip can just come off and get stuck in your ear. And you have to go to the doctor to get it removed.
How do we get rid of the earwax out? Because our body is not doing a good enough job.
No, it does a great job of it. The thing is that you've been conditioned to think you have too much earwax.
I don't know. I can feel it, so...
Yeah, it's a thing you... That's because you got used to the other thing.
Are you sure you just... I don't know, maybe
you're a slave to big Q-tip, Charlie.
Maybe you're a fucking, wax world theorist. Explain that, atheist!
Also, why are we building a gate over this bridge?
Culture points.
Okay.
And also it looks nice.
Gotcha.
Like, you can just build things to make them look nice. Like that, like when you've done with a town mostly, you can just go back to it and like make it look like an actual town.
So, what else is going on here?
Oh yeah, I put a banana tree.
Is that culture points thing?
I think so. I think also like certain characters like having fruit trees near to their house.
So are we moving somebody into a house?
Oh yeah, I forget who. It's been months. This was in 2016, the bad year.
Yeah.
2016, the bad year.
Let's hope it stays that way.
I don't know, there've been worse years.
I know, I'm just saying, let's hope that other years down the line we're not referring to as the bad year.
All those celebrities you grew up with, they're gonna get older and die eventually.
Yeah.
Remember when Michael Jackson that year died, and we thought that was the year when a bunch of people were dying?
I remember there was some
a
celebrity death
South Park
trio.
episode about it. Yeah, there was Michael Jackson and the only one I remember who died that year was Billy Mays.
Oh yeah, it did happen that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them were drug overdoses.
I did not know about the Billy Mays drug overdose.
Yeah, he was found to have cocaine in his system.
Alright. Well, now I know that fact. And then, like, Jackson had, like, was doing, like, a comeback documentary, and they ended up being, like, a documentary about his, like, final stuff he did.
Right.
What year was that?
2009.
Holy shit, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, no, I only know that because I saw like, one of my related videos was Auto-Tune the News, so I started going through those. Like, the OG Shmo-Yoho videos. Back when Auto-Tune was still, like, a fad.
It still kind of is. It's less like a big thing, it's more like just a thing now.
Yeah, like, the meme of Auto-Tune has died down,
like,
and now it's
dubstep.
kind of, it's receded to the background.
You know, like dubstep.
Yeah.
Like doing the who invented the dabbing? Why did they name it like something like a euphemism for eating chew tobacco?
Well, no, it's called the dab because you dab your elbow on. You put your elbow to your face like you're dabbing the sweat off of your brow.
Yeah, but it looks like but dab. I think of chewing tobacco.
I think that's more of a regionalism.
Well, I do come from
I'm not familiar with that. Well,
I do come from North Carolina, which is the tobacco state.
Yeah, so it might be more of a regionalism there.
Yeah, but then again, I don't get out much, so at all.
But yeah, it's called that because the motion looks like you're dabbing your forehead.
I just know it's now become a thing that you do that when someone interrupts you.
I didn't know that, although
it just became a thing I think at MagFest.
Gotcha. I just know that kid interrupted his dad's Senate confirmation by dabbing, and I got grounded.
I'll confirm your Senate.
Thanks. I'm glad to have my legislative body.
I'll legislate your body.
No, please don't.
I'll fucking piss on your bed.
Please, you're not allowed to make laws about men's bodies, only women's bodies.
No, we are. We are. Well, it depends.
And also don't piss on my bed. I don't want my sheets to smell like R. Kelly's.
Listen. Would you
Have
rather?
you taken a picture of a fence before?
I don't think I have. No, yeah. So, would you rather have someone shit in your bed or piss on your bed?
I don't know. Probably take a shit in it, cause like
That doesn't ruin your mattress.
yeah, unless they had the baddest Hershey squirts, I can take the sheets off of my bed and in worst case scenario throw them away, get new sheets, and continue to sleep on that mattress.
What a charming way to finish the episode.
I'm just waiting for Sobwones to comment on how filthy this series has gotten again.
Listen. It's
The
20...
darkest cloud.
The dankest.
Yeah, no. Happy Twevin, everybody. When this gets posted later. Peace.
Gotta keep them guessing.